It's time for Honestly, Guys, It's Just Our Opinion. Continuing on with the discussion of the World Club Challenge video referee, Greg Alexander has weighed in, as has every single media personality, ex-rugby league player, current rugby league player in the world.
Yes.
And the question today is, was it the worst officiating you've ever seen?
Well, I'd have to say that it was, John. I can't think of worse officiating in my 30 years of watching the game.
I'm trying to think of anywhere where I saw worse.
So, John, this happened on Sunday morning. We were here on Monday, but this story's just grown legs as the week's gone on. So now we're talking about it again on Thursday. So Greg Alexander, the former, or the Penrith Panthers legend, Greg Alexander, he's absolutely given it to the video referee after that decision to award that try to Jake Wardle. Obviously, it turned out to be the winning try in the World Club Challenge. The referee obviously sent that up as a try, and the video referee trotted out the old line of, there's insufficient evidence to overturn, even though there clearly was evidence to overturn. So Greg Alexander on SEN said, and I quote, "The video referee performance, especially in the second half with the awarding of the Jake Wardle try, was the worst I've ever seen. The worst video referee decision I've ever seen. He had the temerity to say there's insufficient evidence to change the on-field decision. And he said he was in shock after the incident." So
what's happened to those referees? Nothing, right?
Nothing that I know of, John. So... John, the referee was Liam Moore. He's actually, this referee actually comes from Wigan, John. And there are some others have weighed into it, John. Even a former NRL referee, Tony De La Hara, has said that he's criticised the referee. Often, you don't often get former referees criticising the referees.
Only Bill Harrigan.
Yeah, exactly. They're normally ones to leave the referees alone. Former NRL star Jamie Soward as well, John, he's weighed in. He said it was absolute rubbish. That was his quote. So, John, I'll be honest, John, when we did talk about this on Monday, but the worst part of it for me was, and obviously that decision was bad, the Jake Wardle try, John, but the worst part of it for me was how was the referee so decisive in sending the Jake Wardle one up as a try when it clearly wasn't? It was short of the line and it was a double movement. How was he so sure that was a try, but so definitive that Taylor May's one right at the end of the game? How is he so definitive that wasn't a try when at least Taylor May got over the line, John? Now, I know that decision in isolation, you could go, well, yeah, that's a fair enough decision to give it no try. But you can't give that no try and give the Wardle one as a try. The Taylor May one was a lot more of a try than the Wardle one. If you're awarding the Wardle one, then you would have had to have awarded the Taylor May one. So for me, John, that was the worst part about it. So definitive, Wardle was a try. So definitive, Taylor May wasn't a try.
If you put them individually in different games and they happened 2 years apart, you wouldn't be talking about it as much. But the fact that they were in the same game makes it worse. Graham Mennersley has weighed in and said that it's the process that let them down.
Oh, that's just wishy-washy, isn't it, from Graham Annesley? I'm not surprised that he's, sat on the fence with this sort of an issue.
Is it in the NRL? This is his justification. I've always had the view that the bunker should make independent decisions without any constraints. In the NRL, if a referee thinks a try has been scored, he awards it on the spot. The bunker then reviews it in the background and overturns the decision if necessary. If a referee refers an incident as no try, the bunker reviews the incident and will reverse the decision if supported by video evidence. In terms of setting decisions up with referees forced to make a call when it's possible that he or she isn't even sure, that can lead to the bunker having to uphold the decision because they can't definitively prove it was wrong.
So we had those two decisions, John. The try given to Jake Wardle and the no try of Taylor May that we've talked about, and also, John, we'll mention that strip that they were supposed to be. It was agreed upon that that they were going to use the international rules in this game. And under international rules, if other players fall off the tackle and there's only one left in the tackle, then that one player, which was Liam Martin in this instance, is allowed to strip the ball, John. But the referees seemed to forget that they were using the international rules and use the Super League rules in that instance. Which, they were supposed to be using the international rules. It's permitted under the international rules to do what Liam Martin did and strip the ball one-on-one after other players have fallen off. Now, John, look, I'm going to be a bit careful with how I say this, but obviously, John, there's no evidence that this was anything more than incompetence from the referee or the video referee. But John, when the referee is from Wigan, and when the video referee himself, so the referee Liam Moore and the video referee Chris Kendall are both from England. Liam Moore's from Wigan, Chris Kendall's from Huddersfield, so from England as well. Now, when you get three decisions like that all go in favour of the home team, and they're all English, they're both English officials, John. Again, there's no evidence of anything more than incompetence, John, but there are going to be fans out there who really don't like the smell of that, John, and there are going to be people and there have been people who posted about it on social media, John, and said, well, what's up with this? The English officials have just got ruled in favour of the English team under very questionable circumstances, John. Again, there's no evidence that this was anything more than incompetence, but in that scenario, the fans are going to be questioning that, John. Of course. Questions are going to be asked.
I think the justification in the match from the video referee was, I can't see a definitive reposition of that ball back to the line. That's in the Wardle try. I don't even know what that means.
I looked at that and I went, what are you talking about? You're overcomplicating it. It's as clear as day that there was a big gap between where he had the ball and the try line, and it should have just been given no try. And it was a double movement as well. A double movement that didn't even get over the line was given a try.
And live on the spot when the referee awarded the try, he wasn't even able to see the ball, but he sent it up definitively as a try. Like, he wasn't able to see the ball. He wasn't able to even see that the ball had been grounded, let alone the fact that it had been grounded far out of the line and there was double movement to get over. He couldn't see that from the position he was in. It was actually the worst officiating I've ever seen. Not even just in rugby league. I was trying to rack my brains to try and find not just in rugby league, in any sport. When taken as a whole for the entire match, and the fact that there was those three crucial calls that went against one side, and two of them were so similar, it was the worst total package of refereeing I've ever seen in any sport ever.
That's the thing, John. As we said, that third one, the Taylor May one, on its own, you can live with that decision. But when you put it up against the one that was given a try, that's what makes it so difficult to live with that Taylor May decision. So again, John, I'll just stress, obviously there is no evidence that this was anything more than incompetence on the part of the referee and the video referee. But you can certainly understand why, given that they're both English officials. One of them's actually from Wigan, who won the World Club Challenge. Both English officials. All those very contentious decisions went in favour of the English team. There are going to be fans who don't like the look of that and who question that, and that's just the way it is, John. That's just the way it is. It's bound to happen under those circumstances.
Yes. So that is, honestly, guys, it's just our opinion for the week. I think we both agree that the 2024 World Club Challenge had the worst officiating that we have ever seen.
Yes, we're in agreement on that, John.
Yep.